Yes, sir. Goodbye, Thunder Island. Good morning, everyone. It is, come on, 26th of March, 30 degrees above. Oh, people, this doesn't motivate you to get something done. I don't know what does. Confusing video tonight? No. Okay, Dave, what's with the picture? Minnesota Wild, isn't that a hockey team? The damnedest thing happened to your humble messenger yesterday. Got an email from an old friend, Ashley. I sent permission to use her last name, Liebert. Yep, we used to be co-workers a year ago. And what a surprise, because I was having a bad day yesterday. Oh, look at there, my hair's still wet. So, shout out to you and your new daughter, Olivia. So now I got to do another shout out to my German Fräulein daughter-in-law, Miss Ranja. Can't give you the last name, people. You'll be able to track me down. Yeah, and her and Carl tipped Ashley off. Asked her, how'd you get my email? How'd you see my videos? How cool is that? Coming by in August, look me up. I'm hard to find. Could be down on level 7. The wife doesn't know about level 7. Or I could be about a block away. Undisclosed location. Find me. Good to see you again. Okay. So, the picture has nothing to do with this video. That's Ashley's favorite team, the Minnesota Wild hockey team. Now, what about the song, the theme song, Thunder Island? Well, couldn't find a song on Plum Island, people. Today we're talking about Plum Island. And, you know the video yesterday about the Masonic ladder? Look at the past few videos and the next couple of future videos as a ladder. Steps on a ladder. And what's at the top, people? The strong delusion. Hey, hair's still wet. Okay, you know why? I'm waiting for my high security telecommunication device to go off. Might have to go at 0845 hours on a top secret mission, about 25 miles north of here. Fellow cooperative, code name Otis T. Can't give any more details on who he is or our nature of our mission. In fact, people, your humble messenger would have to be waterboarded 99 times before I'd breathe a word of it. Or slip me $100, I'll tell you everything you need to know. Hell, it's hard times. Slip me at 20 and I'll sell it all out. Okay, so before we get into not Thunder Island, but Plum Island. A step on the ladder, don't you know? Let's review a little bit of the news yesterday. Shyster lawyer Michael Avanti, the porn sleaze lawyer, yeah, Stormy Daniels, main man, got his tit in the ringer, did he now? Sure did. I'd love to see that guy suffer. Really, I mean, nice Christian that I am, but still, some people deserve to suffer. Here's the irony, here's the tragedy, here's the hypocrisy, people. He's going to be prosecuted by sleazy shyster lawyers from the Department of Justice, sleazy shyster lawyers from the Imaginary Revenue Service, and sleazy shyster lawyers from LA County. You know, why can't we, the people who founded this nation, our grandparents and great-grandparents, and so on, why don't we have a people's tribunal where we will prosecute shyster lawyers regardless of who they work for? Only in a dream, people, only in a dream. And while we're prosecuting people, monetary realism lurker people, according to the Boston Federal Reserve publication, Liberty and the American Eagle, the Coinage Mint Act of 1792, I said that right, 1792, is still the law. And what does 1792 Coinage Mint Act say? It prescribed the penalty of death for anyone who debases the currency of this nation. Yeah. How many of them bastards would you have to string up by the neck before things would straighten out around here? But if you got shyster DOJ and IRS lawyers prosecuting shyster lawyers, nothing's going to change. Just a little bit of amusement for the goyim out there watching mainstream media. Okay, let's get into this Plum Island. Let's keep in mind a couple of things. Previous videos, the abortion doctor. You take your tongs, probe around in there, you squeeze some, white milky fluid comes out, you got the brain. You know you succeeded. New York, Vermont, Connecticut, East Coast liberal states, a mother should have a right to have a delivery. Make the kid comfortable on the stainless steel food grade table, and give her and her doctor a choice and chance to make a decision. Should it live or should it die? Now, if you can believe that's the nature and the pulse of this country that we live in today, you should not have any problem believing the rest of this video on Plum Island. And Mike Hoggard, you had a good point. Prior to the removal of the 10 Commandments in school, TV shows were primetime Andy Griffith. Barney, you gotta nip it in the bud, Barney. Primetime shows were Leave It to Beaver. But after 1964, what happened? Madeleine Albright's atheist lawsuit. We got Addams Family. We got Bewitched. We got the Munsters. See how they creep this stuff in on you, people? It goes from just innocent little humor to full-blown Satan-worshipping and programming. Okay, so Plum Island, nice little place. And people, your humble messenger. I mean, you could spend hours researching these items I put out there. I don't have the time. I'm already running short on time as I look at the counter clock here. All right, let's go to Plum Island. Animal Disease Center. 1954, the U.S. Army Chemical Corps transfers control to the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And that was transferred to Homeland Security in 2002. Hey. Plum Island triggered a Lyme disease outbreak. Did they have anything to do with the Zika virus? No, of course not. Plum Island deals with animal diseases. Right? Right. Well, let's say Plum Island used to deal with animal diseases because Plum Island moved. And we'll talk about that in a second. Do you remember the Werner von Braun video? The Psalm 19:1? Hey, that Werner von Braun came to the U.S. under Operation Paperclip. I told you about that. Guess who else came under Operation Paperclip? Full circle, people. We had another ex-Nazi, obtained U.S. citizenship, Dr. Eric Traub, T-R-A-U-B, SS Reichsführer Heinrich Himmler's racial, biological, chemical warfare scientist. Obviously an all-around nice guy, wouldn't you say? Those are impressive credentials. Dr. Traub worked Navy Medical Research Institute, CIA, Army, what, Chemical Corps? And did he help found Plum Island? Rumor has it he did. People, I'm going to leave a link to that video. There's lots you need to know. You atheists out there, you lukewarm Christians, why does God cause all these horrible diseases to infect harmless mankind? Let him quit blaming God for some of this stuff and blame some of our illustrious leaders and their ilk. And some of you guys say, well, God seems so far, he seems so distant. I'll ask you the question, who moved? You did. You know you did. Let's see if I got a little supportive information here. Oh, God, look at that. I'm running out of time. Let's go to, believe it or not, DHS.gov. Who's that? Department of Homeland Security. Why? Because it was transferred, the facility, to their care. Plum Island Animal Disease Center. You can go to this website. I'm not even going to leave a link. Just Google it. Do the Google, people. You got to learn how to do the Google. All right. And they got some interesting subtopics you can click on. Plum Island's work protects our agriculture and food industries. Yeah, I'll bet that's what they do. Plum Island's strong partnerships promote transboundary animal disease prevention and containment. Yeah, I'll bet that's what they do too. Yep. But here's a curious little link I'm going to click on. What Plum Island Animal Disease Center does not do. Now, why would you have that on a website? NASA doesn't have it. We don't launch men in space. We don't put men on the moon. But Homeland Security does. So we click on this link, and it says They do not perform research on human or prion diseases? Trust me. Does not perform research on avian influenza? No way. Does not and has not performed research on Lyme disease. You got busted on that one. Lyme disease hit predominantly 14 states. The vast majority were right around the Plum Island facility, you lying bastards. Does not perform research on West Nile virus. Funny you mention that, because I think you got accused of that too. And PDA researchers do not perform classified research. No. I mean, isn't that an odd, you gotta admit that is an odd link to click on DHS website. But, Kansas, you aren't out of the weeds yet. Let me tell you why. You're not going to be asking, what's in my wallet? You're going to be asking, what moved into my backyard? Because, excuse me, June 2015, Plum Islands moved to Kansas. This research facility is an accident waiting to happen. Read you just a little bit, people, and run out of time. Groundbreaking for the National Bio and Agro Defense Facility, NBAF, a $1.25 billion project by the U.S. Department of Agriculture? No. Homeland Security, DHS. Took place last Wednesday in Manhattan, Kansas. The new facility will focus biosafety level 3 agriculture, research on dangerous livestock diseases such as African swine fever and foot-and-mouth disease, and will focus its BSL-4, sounds like my level 7, research on such deadly pathogens as the Hendra and Nipah viruses, which are zoonotic. Wow, big words. Can you spell that? THAT. Pathogens that can be transmitted from animals to humans and for which no treatment is available. Huh. Boy, am I glad we got good guys like that working on our side. People, it was 30 degrees. Did I mention that when I ran my dogs today? You know what that means, people? 30 degrees at about 4 in the morning. I got stuff to do. It's getting tougher and tougher to make these videos. Oh, and before we go, and I see I'm way over time now. Did you catch the news yesterday when Bibi, the butcher from Israel, Netanyahu, was in the White House patting his lapdog Trumpstein on the head for, that great amount of work America gives to Israel? And how convenient is this? A day before the President of the United States signs a presidential proclamation giving Israel the green light to steal and keep the land from Syria, a sovereign country, the Golan Heights. Here comes a lumbering goddamn missile from those nasty Hamas people right into Tel Aviv. Yeah, missile took out a house, wounded 7. Bibi says, I can't go to AIPAC. I gotta go home. I gotta guide my people. Nobody killed, and I'm not saying anybody should have been killed. I wasn't really not rooting for the missile. But you want to bet what's going to happen? You injure 7 Israelis. 700 Palestinians are going to suffer. And did you see our Vice President, Mike Duntz, at the AIPAC? Did you guys expose yourself to such pathetic groveling? Mike says, what more evidence do you need that Israel needs our protection and our help? Israel IDF snipers shoot hundreds of Palestinian children, leg amputees. They shoot Palestinian medics. Nobody died in this missile attack. But you just watched the shit hit the fan, people. Okay, till next video. Ashley, good to hear from you. Rania, my daughter-in-law. Can't give them the last name here. They'll track you back to me. Kyle, thanks for tipping her off. Otis, code name Otis T. Waiting for that phone call. We got stuff to do. Until next video, you guys have a good day. Yeah. Let's see if I can get this to work. Yes, I can.